Am I the only one that didn't know the real dangers of underwater welding? Welcome to Crime Chronicles, where we simplify complex stories for everyone. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Hello! Let's dive into the story. Picture this: the Paria diving incident, a horrifying event that claimed the lives of 5 brave underwater welders. Imagine being submerged in murky waters, working diligently on a pipeline, when suddenly an unstoppable force pulls you in. This was the nightmare these men faced. In this video, we'll unravel the events of that fateful day, exploring the circumstances leading up to the incident and the heartbreaking stories of the victims. I recall hearing about a similar incident from a friend who works in underwater welding. The dangers they face are unimaginable. Brace yourself, because this story is as heavy as it gets. And let's go! Picture this. February 25th, 2022, off the coast of Trinidad and Tobago. The sun is shining, the waves are calm, and beneath the surface, a group of skilled divers are hard at work on a pipeline owned by the state-owned oil company, Paria Fuel Trading Company. These guys were experienced commercial divers, the kind who brave the depths to keep the world running. They were tasked with routine maintenance on a pipeline, a job they'd done countless times before. But this time, something went terribly wrong. Unbeknownst to the divers, a phenomenon known as a delta P, or differential pressure, was building within the pipeline. It's a sudden and violent surge of pressure that can turn a routine dive into a death trap. Imagine a fire hydrant suddenly bursting open underwater. That's the kind of force we're talking about. The 5 divers were in a hyperbaric chamber, a sealed environment used to acclimate divers to the pressure changes of deep-sea work. It's a lifeline in the unforgiving depths, but on that day, it became a steel coffin. As they prepared for their shift change, the unthinkable happened. The Delta P struck with the force of a freight train, ripping through the pipeline and engulfing the chamber in a torrent of water and debris. The men were trapped, their lifeline transformed into a prison. The force of the surge was so powerful that it dragged the chamber along the seabed, tossing it around like a toy in a washing machine. The world above became aware of the disaster as frantic calls for help echoed from the support vessel. A desperate race against time ensued, a fight to save the lives hanging precariously in the balance. Let's talk about Yusuf Henry, a 32-year-old loving father who was one of the 5 men trapped in the pipeline. Yusuf was the kind of guy who lit up a room, always smiling, always cracking jokes. He had a way of making everyone around him feel like they could conquer the world. His dedication to his family was unwavering, the kind of father who worked tirelessly to provide for his loved ones. Diving was more than just a job for Yusuf, it was a passion. He loved the ocean, the feeling of weightlessness beneath the waves, the camaraderie of his fellow divers. He was a natural in the water, a skilled and experienced diver who took pride in his work. But beneath that tough exterior, Yusuf was a gentle soul. He had a heart of gold and would go to any lengths to help those in need. When news of the accident reached his family, it was like the world stopped spinning. His wife, heartbroken and terrified, clung to hope that her husband would somehow emerge from the depths. His children, too young to comprehend the gravity of the situation, waited patiently for their father's return, unaware that their lives had been irrevocably changed. Yusuf's story is a stark reminder of the human cost of industrial accidents. He was more than just a name on a list of victims. He was a son, a husband, a father, a friend. His absence left a gaping hole in the lives of those who loved him, a void that could never be filled. Chapter 3. Faisal Kurban. A Dream Drowned. Faisal Kurban, a bright and ambitious 28-year-old, had dreams as vast as the ocean he worked in. He was the life of the party, always the first one on the dance floor, his laughter contagious to everyone around him. Faisal had this infectious energy, a zest for life that drew people to him. He dreamed of opening his own business one day, a testament to his entrepreneurial spirit. But fate, it seemed, had other plans. Faisal, like the others, was a skilled diver, drawn to the profession by the allure of adventure and the promise of a good living. He had this unwavering determination to succeed, to build a better life for himself and his family. He was the kind of guy who never backed down from a challenge, always willing to lend a helping hand. When the news of the Paria diving incident broke, Faisal's family was devastated. His mother, her heart shattered into a million pieces, refused to believe that her son was gone. His siblings, grappling with the sudden loss, clung to the memories of his infectious laughter and unwavering optimism. Faisal's story is a poignant reminder that tragedy can strike anyone, anywhere, at any time. His dreams, his aspirations, his zest for life, all extinguished in a matter of moments. The Paria diving incident robbed the world of a shining light, a young man with so much potential, leaving behind a legacy of unfulfilled dreams and shattered hopes. Chapter 4. Rishi Nagasar, the Experienced Hand. Rishi Nagasar, a seasoned diver with years of experience under his belt, was the steady hand you wanted by your side in a crisis. At 48 years old, he'd seen it all, navigated treacherous currents, and emerged from the depths unscathed. He was a mentor to the younger divers, sharing his wisdom and guiding them through the challenges of their profession. Rishi was the epitome of calm under pressure, a reassuring presence in the often unpredictable world of deep-sea diving. He was a family man, devoted to his wife and children, his world revolving around their happiness. Rishi was the kind of father who could fix anything, build anything, a true handyman with a heart of gold. He had this quiet strength about him, a sense of resilience that inspired those around him. His experience in the field had taught him the importance of caution, of respecting the power of the ocean. When the Delta P hit, Rishi's instincts kicked in. He knew they were in grave danger, and he fought with every ounce of his being to protect his fellow divers. But the forces unleashed that day were too powerful, too overwhelming. The news of the incident sent shockwaves through the diving community. Rishi was a legend, a survivor, a man who cheated death before. To lose him in such a horrific manner was unfathomable. Chapter 5. Christopher Boodram, the sole survivor and the unthinkable loss. And then there's Christopher Boodram, the sole survivor of this harrowing ordeal. Imagine the weight of that, surviving when your friends, your colleagues, your brothers in arms didn't. Christopher, a man who knew the depths of the ocean like the back of his hand, found himself battling not only for his life, but also against the crushing guilt of survival. He had to live with the memories of that day, the screams, the darkness, the feeling of utter helplessness. Christopher's account of what transpired inside that submerged chamber sent chills down the spines of even the most seasoned investigators. He described the deafening roar of the Delta P, the feeling of being swept away by an unstoppable force, the desperate struggle for air as the chamber flooded. He spoke of the heartbreaking pleas for help from his fellow divers, their voices growing fainter as the water rose. Imagine being trapped in a confined space, the water rising inch by inch, the air growing thick with the fear and the knowledge that your time is running out. That was Christopher's reality, a nightmare he couldn't escape from. He made a desperate bid for survival, squeezing through a narrow hatch as the chamber buckled under the immense pressure. He emerged into the murky depths, his body battered and bruised, his spirit broken. The ocean, once his playground, his office, his escape, had become his prison, a constant reminder of the tragedy he survived. Christopher carried the weight of their memories, their laughter, their dreams, their last moments, etched forever in his mind. The Paria diving incident serves as a chilling reminder of the fragility of life and the devastating consequences of negligence. These 5 men, Yusuf Henry, Faisal Kurban, Rishi Nagasar, Christopher Boodram, and Yoshimi Johnson, weren't just names on a news report. They were fathers, sons, brothers, friends, individuals with hopes, dreams, and families who loved them dearly. Their story is a tragic testament to the human cost of industrial accidents, a stark reminder that safety regulations are not just guidelines but lifelines. The fight for justice for the Paria 5 continues, a testament to their memory and a call for accountability to prevent such a tragedy from ever happening again. May their souls rest in peace, their stories forever etched in our hearts. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more incredible and thought-provoking stories from Chronicles.